And welcome back to the week of Who Would Win. This one comes to us from, it's a long, Jackery, and I think that I might be getting that first name right, but Jackery WWE Spider-Man Homecoming Toy Show. That's a mouthful of a name. Who asked the question, who would win a fight? Sasuke versus Link. Now with Link, the problem with Link, and I have Link up here right now. The problem with doing Link is there's multiple versions of Link. And I don't just mean different games. I do mean he reincarnates. Because of how his character is designed, there's always a Link-esque character, and it might even go by the name Link, but there are different Link characters with slightly different variations on their abilities. For the sake of just making sure I'm leaving no stone unturned, we're gonna use Link basically with all his capabilities. But let's just get out of the way. Sasuke, I've done this channel before. Adult Sasuke is comparable to Naruto in terms of power. Now, apparently Naruto is a planet buster. Like, using his full power, he could destroy a planet if he really had to. Which Sasuke, therefore, if equal to Naruto, has planetary levels of power. Now, does he have a technique that can destroy the planet, like the Tail Beast Bomb, if he really tried? That's debatable. He could theoretically, just turn the world asunder and just burn it to the ground with Amaterasu. So, in theory, he has a couple techniques that could do that. But Sasuke is a ninja trained, one of the most dangerous ninja in the Naruto series. He is missing an arm, which does give him a disadvantage, only because he chose not to get a false one, replaced it. But he's a master in hand-to-hand combat, unarmed and armed combat. He's skilled with his sword. Has seals on his arm. Actually, no, he carries a scroll on him that allows him to throw, hundreds of kunai, shurikens, any sort of sharp object you can think of at the opponent, like he used against, I think it's Momoshiki, in the Boruto last movie in that arc. Sasuke obviously is known for the Sharingan, which has multiple forms. He has a mastered version of the standard Sharingan, which allows him to perceive any and all movements. Whether he can keep up with those movements is a different thing entirely, but any and all movements he can at least perceive and look at. He can comprehend and understand any taijutsu, physical technique, genjutsu, illusion, or ninjutsu. Also, this allows him to copy any technique he sees and make it his own. His Mangekyo Sharingan, or Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan as it is, allows him to, and I'm going to get this up as I'm talking, so I can make sure I'm getting this information right. Because someone quickly, I'm doing this, so I'm not just searching for things. Someone did make a mention that I spend a lot of time searching. Normally I don't, but I'll admit, lately I haven't been as prepared as I should for these videos. And I do spend a little extra time searching when I shouldn't. So I apologize for that. His Mangekyo Sharingan allows him 3 techniques. 3 techniques. I want to be sure I didn't have 4 up for some reason. 3 techniques. Tsukiyomi, which is essentially an ultimate genjutsu, or illusion, if you will, that allows you to torture someone for an unknown period of time for, it seems like forever when it's really not. Like a week goes by in the span of a second. And honestly, you can make a second feel like a week. So has that. You have to make eye contact, though. Amaterasu, which is a technique that pretty much creates hellfire. Basically, black flames that burn literally anything to the ground into ash until they turn to dust, more or less. They will not stop burning until they turn to dust. Now, you can actually counter this by snuffing them out, because fire still needs oxygen to function, and they will still function underwater as well. They're that hot. And, of course, he also has his Susanoo. His complete Susanoo is basically a giant chakra entity, energy entity, which initially can only create Susanoo's skeletal feature, ribcage. Anyway, upon receiving the Rinnegan with its supreme ocular power, he was able to create a significantly larger, complete-bodied Susanoo, which, might as well get that up right now. His complete-bodied... Let's try that again. His complete-bodied Susanoo... Oh, now they're going to just give me all the list of the different Susanos, because 4 characters have used it. Let's see, Itachi. There it is, Sasuke's. In its complete body form, it has the helmet. It also has wings, which allows him to fly. He's able to shoot Amaterasu as a form of like an arrow. I believe his complete one does have, His has a blade in all its forms, a saber. Though, frankly, we've seen it used more as an arrow, so he shoots that as an arrow than as use it as a sword. But he does use it as a sword. He's also capable of bringing down basically lightning to strike down his opponents, combining his techniques together. Arrows are drawn from an orb held by its primary hand and can be fired very quickly. Essentially, Sasuke is just multifaceted and multi-talented with this technique. And then he also has not just his Sharingan, but he does have what would be called a Sharingan. He doesn't just have a Rinnegan, which is a ocular jutsu, a technique if you don't know Naruto, which basically is notified by 3 purple circles in your eye, all expanding outward. His is actually not a Sharingan, not a Rinnegan, but it's a Sharingan because he has the Tomai, as they're called, the little dots in his eyes that signify the Sharingan combined with it. Basically, Rinnegan has in his left eye with 3 Tomas on each of his 2 innermost circles. Unlike his lower dojutsu, he can maintain this power for as long as he desires. For should his chakra fall to a certain level, the freaking thing is jumping all over the place. There we are. A certain level, the Tomai vanish and Rinnegan takes on its common. So basically, he has both a Rinnegan and a Sharingan. He gives him the ability to pattern recognition, being able to help him analyze patterns inside codes, and by comparing them. Besides that, it also grants him access to the 6 paths abilities, including, but not limited to, using the Preta Path's ability to absorb chakra, the Deva Path's ability to create the Chibaku Tensei, which is an attractive force which essentially creates a small moon. He can see invisible targets, repel the effects of infinite Tsukiyomi, which is a supreme genjutsu, supreme illusion, return his Susanoo into a vessel for the tail beast, much like a demonic statue. His signature, if not unique ability with this, though, is a space-time ninjutsu, which can perceive distortions in the flow of time, able to see events that happen as normal, although it's unknown if he can negate them. His most frequently used technique is... I didn't even know this technique had a name. Oh, God. Let me see if I can pronounce this. Amenote Jakara, which allows him to instantly swap places with any 2 targets in a specific range. In his adulthood, time-space ninjutsu has become advanced enough to travel through dimensions, even with others. Though interdimensional portals manifest as dark oval. These portals manifest as dark oval shapes. Also being extremely intelligent, having multiple jutsu, lightning, and fire under his belt, and summoning jutsu for apparently hawks. He maybe lost a snake one, but he has it for hawks. He has access to lightning release, fire release, wind release, earth release, water release, yin-yang release. Or excuse me, just yin release, sorry. His jutsus include fireball jutsu, phoenix flower jutsu. I could go on and on with all these. The Chidori. I don't believe he has a lightning blade, surprisingly. I don't think he ever... Yeah, he never actually upgraded to a lightning blade. But he has the Kirin, which is that giant, concentrate the chakra down and attack someone with. And so, Sasuke... Really, if you want to ask me what Sasuke's ultimate weakness is... And the light on my face... God, that's bright. I'm going to stay out of the light. Is that he's still human. He can tire out. You can get a lethal hit on him. But... Sasuke is one of the strongest Naruto characters for a reason. Link is a swordsman. Now, he's not actually a fairy. In fact, I don't know what Link is actually supposed to be. Do they give me a race on him? Oh, race. He's a Hylan. Helan? In case you're not aware from me not having to have his information up in front of me, I don't play Zelda. So, okay. There are a race of... Okay, he's human. Okay, why not just say he's human? Look, I get it. You have the African culture, you have the Asian culture, European culture, things along those lines, but they're still human. So what's the point? They have pointy ears too. If someone thought he was an elf, I wouldn't be against them thinking he was an elf. He looks like an elf. So okay, fine, whatever. He's depicted throughout the series as an impressive swordsman. He is a masterclass swordsman when you really break it down. Usually begins his adventures with as an average boy with no swordsmanship skills. When troubles arise, however, he demonstrates natural aptitude for ways of the sword and is able to best his enemies easily. Link goes to Orca to learn how to wield a sword in order to... Okay, anyway, a further note, In the games, he's known for his swordsmanship as well as the ability to quickly adapt to a wide variety of items and skillfully wield them, such as the boomerang, the bow, grappling hook. He carries bombs on him as well, I know that. Obviously, he wields the Master Sword, which is a sword. I believe the shield is indestructible. The sword is not. There are some advanced sword techniques and complicated movesets. In the Minish camp, the Blade Brothers teach the young hero various sword skills by using tiger skulls. Additionally, Link is portrayed as having excellent physical condition, performing backflips easily as well as being able to best others in sumo wrestling, which means not only is he agile as hell, he's also extremely strong. We know he's been able to lift like giant slabs of granite before. When Link loses his sword after being launched into Forsaken, he must use his stealth abilities to get it back. So he can be stealthy when he needs to be. He quickly surrenders due to his inability to fight back. Wait a minute, what? Oh, in the Forsaken, when launched into the Forsaken Fortress, if he is spotted by enemies, quickly surrenders due to his inability to fight back. Apparently, because that's the thing, Link, whenever we ever use Link, the little I've ever played of Zelda, which is usually like a demo or something like that, or from what I see, Link is not a hand-to-hand fighter, to the best of my knowledge. So apparently he can, best others in sumo wrestling. In some games, it's easy to pick up large stones or push blocks. But yeah, he's not he's not a fighter in the sense of martial arts or anything. He's a fighter as a warrior because he has a shield and a sword most of the time, or other weaponry like the boomerang, bow, or grappling hook. So if Link has, I'm sure Link has, weaknesses and is not as capable as in other places, in other fields of combat. He's not a true hand-to-hand fighter, though he can best someone in sumo or something along those lines. But that's not strictly hand-to-hand fighting. He is capable of using magic spells such as Din's Fire, provided that he possesses a magic meter, which is usually granted him by a great fairy. So Din's Fire, the recurring spell. Okay, I guess I'll look up what Din's Fire is. Give me 1 second to pop that up on the screen here. Din's Fire, I'm guessing it's a fire-based spell. Let's see here. Location used obtained for Link summons a dome of fire around his body that expands outwards, affecting anything in its range. When used near torches, it lights them. It drains 6 magic points. Is the only spell necessary to get complete the game. Basically, it requires is required to simultaneously light torches at the entrance of the Shadow's temple, opening the way to the temple, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so it's basically expanding fire technique. Okay, that's interesting. It's implied also that he probably knows more spells than he can learn more spells than just that. Is talented in playing he's talented in playing a wide variety of instruments. I don't think he'll beat Sasuke by playing the flute, or excuse me, by playing the ocarina. So, I'm sure there's plenty of spells. There might even be some time-freezing spells, but Sasuke's Sharingan pretty much negates that. I mean, it's not like Sasuke can just move while time is frozen, but his ability to perceive time in different ways does put him above Link in that sense. Ultimately, this fight, let's say Sasuke, through dimension hopping, winds up in Hyrule. I do know the name of the kingdom of Zelda that Zelda usually is in. So yeah, let's assume he winds up in the kingdom of Hyrule, and he's mistaken for basically a villain, and Link comes and puts him out or challenges him to a fight, and Sasuke's like, yeah, no, I'm not trying to cause any trouble. I'm trying to keep a low profile. Let's keep things as they are. All right, let's do that. And it's like, yeah, and then Zelda's just, or I keep saying Zelda because it's named Zelda, but it's actually Link. Link comes and just slashes at Sasuke, just dodging and dodging. And that's gonna be a lot of this early fight. Is Sasuke just avoiding Link's strikes, or just blocking with his sword? So just okay, that's enough, and just kicks Link in the side. It's like, okay, fine, yeah. Brings his sword down. They clash, and Sasuke does know that Zelda's. I keep doing that. Link is pretty strong. Like, Link's got a lot of power in his strike, and he's actually impressed. Like, yeah, he's actually not that bad. And then he just flips him over and just Fire Star, Fireball Jutsu, and then Link, yeah, you said it right this time. Uses Din's Fire briefly to counter, but the Force still pushes him back. Just, Okay, fine. Let's go. And then Sasuke comes, brings down, basically does a Chidori and just the chirping of the birds. Link is able to just barely bring up his shield, which because the shield is legitimately indestructible, Sasuke can't pierce that. But it's metal, so I'm guessing it can still conduct electricity. So just so Sasuke just looks him in the eye and just puts him to sleep. Look, I could try to lengthen this fight to use for Sasuke to use all his capabilities and Link to survive him. But the truth is, Link loses really easy to Sasuke. Link doesn't have any abilities Sasuke doesn't already have on a much greater scale. Sasuke ultimately is just stronger in pretty much any real capability, in every capability than Link. He's a better swordsman, I'd imagine, because he spends more of his time actually training. At least a capable swordsman, but comparatively, not so much. He's a better swordsman, easily better in hand-to-hand combat, probably more agile, can move at blink of an eye, blinking speed, just gone like that. His arsenal, even though I'm sure I missed plenty of Link's spells that he can use, when you bring it down to jutsu and the destructive capabilities Sasuke's abilities have compared to what you see in The Legend of Zelda, Sasuke just beats him completely in versatility alone. Then you got to factor in, using just sheer power like Susanoo. Amaterasu alone, he could just set him on fire and have him burn to ash right there. So Sasuke has to win this 100% of the time. Unfortunately, I'm sorry if you were hoping I thought we might even give Link a % chance of winning. I really don't see much of a way that Link could legitimately beat Sasuke in a fight. The only way he could... Now, if we're dealing with like a young Sasuke... That's Kid Sasuke, say, before the Chunin exams, that's a different story entirely. Now you're on a much more even playing field. But just Sasuke, as we know him, as he probably currently is, no, he just completely and utterly owns Link. So, yeah. But that's my thoughts on that. Is there anyone out there who legitimately thinks that Link could beat Sasuke? Please let me know how you believe Link could. I'd be interested to hear it. But until then, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Forgive the shining on my face. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Ideas for who would win, Star, Super, Magic, whatever, anything I can do on the channel. Put that in the comments below. Let me know. I'll get to that at some point. Now, there was going to be a Dumbo review tonight. I'm going to save that for over the weekend. And I'm just going to catch Captain Marvel again because Mark hasn't seen it. And he's actually available tonight. So, figure I, do that and, just deal with things at a different time. Not much else to go over. There will be some magic stuff later over the weekend. The real spoilers for War of the Sparks start on Monday, but I will be getting to some spoilers over the weekend because PAX East is happening. Plus box office and who would win throughout the remainder of the week, and what if on Sunday. I got plenty to still do this weekend or this week. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one, folks. Later.